Welcome to another episode of Movie Talk with the Brothers Kren. I'm your host, Spirity. We're going to be talking about Clue today. But first, how are you guys doing today?
I'm good.
Oh, I'm good.
Good.
Wait, this week is Clue?
Yeah, what did you think we were doing?
I thought we were doing Willow, but okay, Clue it is. I've seen that one last week.
I was going to say, everybody's seen Clue at least once.
Like, at least once a month or something. It's that good. And I mean, Colleen, what's her name, is so freaking hot in this movie.
Colleen Camp is fantastic in this film.
Yeah. But she did not age well. But, you know, age comes for us all. Even your...
All women hit the wall, so it's just a matter of, like, when more than anything else.
And whether you hit the wall with grace and dignity. And looking at the interviews in the box set and whatnot, she hit it with dignity.
Yeah, she's not terrible looking or whatever, but she's definitely
She seems like an old granny who just likes people.
That's fair. I've seen her what was it? Apocalypse Now is when she got like completely nude. So I saw Peak.
Watch list. Adding it to the watch list.
Yeah, Apocalypse Now. If you've not seen that, she gets topless in that one, and that's all I needed. I was like, okay, I could die happy now.
Yeah. Except you're gonna need to live to a very, very old age.
Unfortunately, yes.
Because who's gonna write my biography? I'm joking.
I need.
No joke.
Yeah, well, sooner or later, I'll probably play Morgan Freeman in his biopic or something.
Okay, that works. Oh man.
Oh, so yeah, there's a lot of celebrities in this one.
Yes, I always forget their names, but there's that plumber guy, Christopher Plummer, I think it is, and there's the butler. I forget his name. I know him, but I forget his name every time.
It's Tim Curry. Tim Curry,
that's his name. I'm a big fan of his. I'll watch every movie he's in except that transsexual vampire thing.
That's fair. That's fair.
But the thing is, he's awesome in everything he does, but I never remember his bloody name.
I discovered Tim Curry in this movie, and I think
same.
It was Legend was the other one, because I was like Legend's probably like one of my favorite Tim Curry films.
We'll have to watch that next.
I was gonna say he acted his ass off in that.
Tim Curry, he always acts his ass off.
Yes, even when he's wearing assless shirts.
How he just seems he's trying to be so smooth at the start, but he's not very smooth.
He's done Broadway. He's done like plays. He's done
like I've seen him in roles where he's smooth as oil, but in this movie he's acting like a guy who's actually a nervous wreck, who's pretending to be trying to pretend to be smooth.
Yeah, it's like Wadsworth. Him as Wadsworth in this one is like interesting because it's like he's trying his best, and even in the beginning of the film, like he's like, whatever, and then he steps in dog crap. So, and then there's a whole bunch of other stuff. Yeah, but let's see. I'll run through the names here. Eileen Brennan is Mrs. Peacock. Madeline Kahn is Mrs. White.
Oh my gosh, she was one of the funniest because just
yeah. You have Leslie Ann Warren as Mrs. Scarlet.
Yeah, she's quite good.
Yeah, Michael McKean is Mr. Green.
Mm-hmm.
Martin Mull is Colonel Mustard.
Yeah.
We talked about Tim Curry. Christopher Lloyd is Professor Plum.
That's what.
Yeah, Christopher Lloyd, by the way, Professor Plum, his character, works for what was it? He works for Uno. Like in the movie, they're talking about their jobs at the table. He's like, "Yeah, I work for Uno," and I was like, "Okay, that's a nice little Easter egg to another Parker Brothers game." So Colleen Camp, we talked about. She played Yvette.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Body is played by, and the only reason why I saw I saw the behind the scenes documentary on this. The only reason why they hired this guy is because his name was Lee Ving.
Oh, leaving.
Yeah. So
Lee
Ving was cast clearly off of his name. So he played Mr. Body, who was pretty much dead for most of the movie.
Mm. They were having fun.
Yeah, it's definitely an 80s film.
Mm-hmm.
So how do we get? We also got Howard Hessman as the chief. He played the homeless guy, or the what was it, the door-to-door salesman or whatever. So you had a huge celebrity cast here.
And man, why is this Edgar Hoover on your phone? Why do you have him on your phone? Well, he's on everyone else's phone. Why shouldn't he be on my?
Or my favorite line, to make a long story short, too late.
Yeah.
That was a nice gag that just kind of ran through the entire movie.
Yeah, and there's also I'm your singing telegram too.
That killed me when I was a kid. Like, just she only had like 2 minutes and then she got blasted off the front porch.
Can you blame the person?
Well, to be fair, that's tied into the main story. I don't want to give away too many spoilers for those of you out there that actually has seen this. But the movie's really good.
It's awesome. It's one of the best of the 80s.
It was probably one of the I can't even say if there's any other board game based films that were like this good. We had Battleship later on, but I've never watched that. I just thought it was.
There's only one that I think comes close. Jumanji.
Yeah. Was Jumanji an actual board game before the movie came out, though?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. I always wondered about that.
Yeah, but Jumanji was good but Jumanji went a completely different route than this movie. Jumanji went a more dramatic route. And they didn't go comedy, which I actually think it fits well because Jumanji went horror. And
that's fair.
And that was a correct decision for Jumanji, but going comedy was a good choice.
Yeah, and then the other thing with Jumanji is they basically just made the same movie again when they made Zathura.
Yeah, that's true.
But this is probably for me, like for the 80s when it came out, it was like, this is one of the few times I've ever seen a direct adaptation of like a board game made into a film that was like really, really good. Like, okay, we talk about video game movies being weird adapted, and they're usually hit or miss.
I mean, they can hit kind of like a game like Sonic.
Yeah,
not bad. But then you could go into the opposite direction, like Mario.
Yeah, I think Mario's problem was the fact that they have no idea what to do with Princess Peach.
Yeah, to be fair.
Well,
other problem.
Oh, go on.
I was going to say the other problem with Mario is that they decided to go the route recently of making her into a boss girl, which brings its own complications.
I was watching a YouTuber named Jester Bell, and she was talking about that, like the fact that Peach has Daisy's tomboy persona like imprinted onto her, and then they had Rosalina, whose character is basically a tomboy character, and then they I guess the post-credit scene for the second movie, spoilers, Daisy gets introduced, and that it effectively makes Daisy seem useless because they already have two tomboy characters on there. So he's just generic tomboy character times 3. So, well, we'll see how that turns out.
That's where they've written themselves in, and the trouble is they don't know how to write themselves out of that corner when there was no need. In the eternal words of one of my favorite video game characters, there were other roads they could have taken.
Well, you could have established like a couple other things. And I think there was a larger conversation to be had there that was had in that same video I was watching about how the perception is that femininity is weak. And instead of creating more intelligently written female characters, they decided to go the route of make everybody a boss female, badass boss girl babe or whatever the trope is. The trope of the moment is, I suppose. It's really fascinating. But better movies. So I had watched Clue. It was about a couple weeks ago, but I really I enjoy watching it whenever it's on Pluto because it's on Pluto a lot. Whenever it's on Pluto and I see it's on Pluto, I'm watching it. It's one of those types of films. I don't have the DVD, but I wish now that I know that the DVD actually has a feature to where you can set it on random and it will actually like end the film with whatever ending or ending A, ending B, or ending C. I might have to actually buy it just to have that feature available.
Really? I didn't know you could do that.
Yeah, I was reading through the trivia and that apparently the DVD gives you that option of choosing it to watch it with a specific ending. Now, in the original theatrical showing in theaters, you had to go to certain theaters because certain movie theaters were given ending A, ending B, or ending C. And this is one of those few films that actually has different endings depending on what location you went to. That was the big gimmick of the movie.
Yeah, I knew about the gimmick with the theaters. I just didn't know that they had stuck that onto the DVD. But I think that's actually a brilliant idea.
It's a brilliant idea. It's just for that time period, it didn't work out. The movie itself, it broke even, but it wasn't like largely successful for that time period.
Fair.
Like most movies that came out in the 80s, it made its money back and on the back end when it hit like home television, like HBO mainly, or it hit cable, and got a second life. It developed a cult following on like cable on HBO. That's where I originally saw it, which was on HBO. I didn't even know that there was a Clue movie until I saw it on HBO. So
I didn't know there was a Clue movie until Joe told me.
Yeah, that's about right. When I was a kid, I spent my parents got cable, and they regretted it because I spent a lot of time watching like a lot of 80s movies, big 80s movies on cable, which is that kind of forged my personality, so I guess it's worth it. But in some aspects, but not others. But the movie was great. I wasn't expecting. Well, there was the singing telegram scene. There was the let us in, let us in, let us out, let us out. That was another great moment.
And then there's the Jehovah Witness.
Yeah, you the kingdom of heaven awaits.
All right, with the Jehovah Witness.
They'll find a way to
get a.
I mean, you could be stuck in the middle of nowhere. You could be on the
Well, they
moon.
are literally stuck in the middle of nowhere.
It's like you could be on the moon, and for some odd reason, they'll find you there and knock at your door.
Pretty much.
In Nebraska, it's Mormons. It's,
Yeah.
so I had Mormons knock on my door in my first apartment I had here. That was interesting, let's just say the least. Technically, I don't. That's kind of odd that they came into my door and still wanted to talk to me, considering the. I think the whole thing about the black race being the. What was it? The fallen angels became what would be black people.
Well, that's awkward. What?
Yeah,
In
it
that
was.
case, what? A black Mormon. I guess even they're trying to get in those diversity bucks.
I suppose
I
so.
mean, why can't they be inclusive?
Oh, that's fair. Okay.
Okay, I'll stop judging them.
Modern.
Like, okay, moderate.
Mormon
I'll
for
still-
modern audiences. That's what that's called.
Yes.
So, outside of North America, Clue was called Cluedo. So the movie was directed by Jonathan Lynn. It was co-written by John Landis.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, the film has multiple endings. Each of the three possibilities were screened at different theaters, and home media releases included all of them. The film initially received mixed reviews and performed poorly at the box office, grossing $15 million in the United States against a budget of $15 million, but it developed a cult following. So, oh yeah, it was produced by Deborah Hill, John Carpenter's former partner in crime. There was a yeah, the HBO showing, when I saw it on HBO originally, it was all three endings at the end, which confused the hell out of me because I think I was only like 9 when I first saw it. I was like, it's the movie with multiple endings. And all three endings were great, by the way, but apparently there is a fourth ending that never really made the cut. But we'll talk about that when we get to trivia. So, let's see. Here's the characters. Here's the character breakdowns. Eileen Brennan is Mrs. Peacock, the wife of a U.S. senator who's been accepting bribes for foreign power or from foreign powers. In ending B, she kills Mr. Body, Yvette, and Mrs. Ho, her former cook, who became Mr. Body's cook, as well as a passing motorist cop, singing telegram girl to prevent her secrets from being exposed. While the others discover her crimes, Peacock attempts to escape, only to be arrested on her way out. In ending C, she only killed Mrs. Ho before she is exposed and arrested. Tim Curry is Wadsworth, a butler who is forced to work for Mr. Body and seeks justice for his wife. In endings A and B, he's revealed to be an undercover FBI agent. In ending C, he killed the singing telegram girl, who is revealed to be the real Mr. Body before he is killed by Mr. Green. Madeline Kahn is Mrs. White, the former widow of a nuclear physicist, 4 previous men, all of whom died under suspicious circumstances. In ending C, she kills Yvette out of jealousy upon discovering she had an affair with one of her previous husbands before being exposed and arrested. I mean, to be fair, it is Yvette. I mean, look at her. Christopher Lloyd is Professor Plum, a disgraced former psychiatrist who now works for the World Health Organization. Yeah, he works for the WHO, and he pronounces it UNO, or the secondary organization was UNO, and I was like, okay, that's a callback to the game. Yeah, it's a callback to the game Uno, but like that's an odd thing to kind of just throw out there. After losing his medical license for having an affair with one of his patients, and ending C, he seemingly kills Mr. Body.
Seems like they all had an affair with someone.
Well, yeah, they either had affairs or they're all communists.
Yeah. I actually think I can judge the communist thing partially.
Well, yeah. It's more of a personal moral issue if you're having an affair versus like if you're selling secrets.
And if you're like, at least if you're having an affair, like if you're doing it with someone like Yvette, well, we're not going to judge as harshly because
Uh,
it's Yvette. Look at her, like you said.
yeah,
But
I
if
can't be mad.
yeah, but if you're a commie, yeah, we have to judge you as harshly as humanly possible.
Yeah, I know how this shit works. um, let's see. Michael McKean is Mr. Green, a closeted homosexual State Department employee who is concerned that his secret might cost him his job. And ending C is revealed to be married, heterosexual, and an undercover FBI agent working to expose Mr. Body. Yeah, that Michael McKean thing at the end, or Mr. Green. If you'll excuse me, I'm gonna go sleep with my wife.
The first character in the movie was like, I'm gonna.
Because
that's a double jump.
Well, he basically when they exposed the fact that he was homosexual, like everybody just kind of eked away from him. Didn't want to be alone with him. So the ending C, the ending C thing hit different.
Dan, let him talk.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. No, I
mean,
talking
it's subverted expectations with this movie.
Well, yeah, it was what, the 30s? Oh, it's like,
yeah, because he's gay, and then he turns out he's not gay. Yeah, I get that. But what I was saying...
Oh, 1954, yeah.
I want to ask Full Screen, like, what do you think of the fact that he's also the first character in the movie who actually wants to sleep with his wife?
Well, that was the joke at the end, and I was like, oh, so he's not gay.
Well, he's not gay, and
he actually wants to sleep with his wife. He doesn't want to sleep with Yvette. I guess like basically the faking being gay thing would kind of help him to not get caught up in the temptation of sleeping with Yvette anyway. So
yeah, but on the other hand, he didn't sleep with Yvette, so we have to judge that.
Martin Mull is Colonel Mustard, Army officer guilty of war profiteering during World War II, later became involved in a top-secret fusion bomb project. In ending C, he kills a passing motorist after recognizing him as his former driver before he is exposed and arrested. Leslie Ann Warren is Miss Scarlet, a sassy Washington, D.C. madam who runs an underground brothel. In ending A, she orders Yvette to kill Mr. Body and Mrs. Ho before murdering her. A cop she was bribing and passing motorist and singing Telegram Girl before she is exposed. She's subdued and arrested. In ending C, she only kills the cop before being exposed and arrested. Colleen Camp is Yvette, a voluptuous young French maid who formerly worked as a call girl for Miss Scarlet, during which she had Colonel Mustard as a client and pursued an affair with one of Mrs. White's late husbands. Initially considered a suspect, she's later murdered in the billiard room with the rope by Mrs. Scarlet, Miss Peacock, or Mrs. White in endings A, B, and C, respectively. Moreover, in ending A, she additionally murders Mr. Body and Mr. Ho on Scarlet's orders before she is killed. Li Ving as Mr. Body, a man who's been blackmailing the 6 guests and then Wadsworth's wife until he's murdered in the hall with a candlestick. In ending A, he's murdered by Yvette on Miss Scarlet's orders, and ending B, he's murdered by Mrs. Peacock. Ending C, he's murdered by Professor Plum and later revealed to be the real butler. Bill Henderson is the cop. A police officer whom Miss Scarlet had been bribing after seemingly arriving on the mansion to investigate the motorist's abandoned car and make a phone call. He is later revealed to have been invited by Wadsworth before being murdered in the library with the lead pipe by Miss Scarlet in endings A or C, or Mrs. Peacock in ending B. Jane Wilding is the singing Telegram Girl, the former patient of Professor Plum, and with she had an affair. She slept with Professor Plum. After arriving at the mansion to deliver a message, she's shot with a revolver by Mrs. Scarlet ending A, Mrs. Peacock in ending B, or Mr. Body in ending C. Jeffrey Kramer is the motorist, Colonel Mustard's middle-aged driver during World War II, who comes to the mansion after his car breaks down, is murdered in a lounge with a wrench by Mrs. Scarlet in ending A, Mrs. Peacock in ending B, or Colonel Mustard in ending C. Kylie Nakahara is the cook, Mrs. Ho, Mr. Body's cook who used to work for Mrs. Peacock. Mrs. Ho is murdered in the kitchen with the dagger by Yvette. on Miss Scarlet's orders in ending A and Mrs. Peacock in endings B and C. And additionally, Howard Hessman makes an uncredited appearance as the chief of police who works undercover as the evangelist. So, going off of this, Deborah Hill initially acquired the rights to adapt the game Clue from Parker Brothers and intended to distribute it through Universal Pictures as early as 1981. Hill mentioned plans to adapt the game into a movie with P.D. James reported to be writing the screenplay with multiple endings. So yeah, Deborah Hill, she's been on a roll. So she's helped John Carpenter produce movies like Escape from New York, Halloween films. I want to say even They Live and The Thing, I believe. Let's see. The multiple endings were developed by John Landis, who had initially been set to direct and claimed in an interview to invited playwright Tom Stoppard, writer and producer Stephen Sondheim, and even actor Anthony Perkins to write the screenplay. The script was ultimately finished by Jonathan Lynn, who was invited to direct as a result. The fourth ending, which was written for the film according to Lynn, wasn't very good. I looked at it and thought, no, we have to get rid of that. Yeah, the fourth ending, I guess we can get to that now. The fourth ending, apparently Wadsworth had committed all the murders and reveals that he poisoned the champagne, leaving no witnesses, with the 6 guests basically dying in 2 hours of ingestion. The officers arrive and capture Wadsworth, but he breaks free, steals a police car, and though he escaped, he's ultimately thwarted when 3 police dogs lunge at him from the backseat, which I could see why that wasn't a very good ending.
Yeah. That doesn't sound like a very
Well, I mean, it kind of goes back from the original, or well, the beginning of the movie where the dogs, like Wadsworth feeds the dogs and almost gets mauled to death. So I guess it was one of those things. It was a callback to the beginning of the film, but it probably didn't have the same punch that the endings A, B, and C did.
I also liked the constant misunderstandings. Like, do you mean that there's no one here, or that what was it with Colonel Mustard? Like, he just keeps misunderstanding, and you have Wadsworth. Yes, both. What was the question again?
He wasn't even paying attention.
Yeah, well, he is. It's just Mustard is just not communicating very well, and I just thought that just cracks me up every time. It just because that I have that reaction of that's literally me with Wadsworth. It's like, oh yeah, that's me. With some people I know where in real life and whatnot who will just launch into something and it's like, wait, hold on, what? So I don't know. This movie is just so damn funny. It's just yeah, it's so damn funny, and it doesn't stop.
No, it's a brisk pace. It feels like you're actually you're. It's like it feels like you're playing a board game. That's to sound cliche, but it does kind of feel like I've played the board game and I played the Genesis game. There's a version of Clue on Genesis, and there's a funny story surrounding that because if you set the settings, basically there's a difficulty setting. If you set it to the maximum difficulty, whatever, and you basically set the if you're playing against a computer, the computer will figure out the entire mystery on the first try. So I played it on Genesis, and I was like, let me set the settings all the way to the highest difficulty, and I'll play against 3 other computer players. They rolled the dice, and then basically solved the mystery on the first turn, and I was like, what the hell? So you didn't even give me a chance.
Just give me a chance.
It was It was basically round start. It's like, oh yeah,
Oh.
it was Mrs. Scarlet in the parlor with the fucking candlestick. And I was like, how do you even know that? We didn't even get we just got the first card. It was
Yeah.
I still have that game. It's right behind me. But yeah, I've never returned to it after that because I was like, this is such bullshit. So apparently Carrie Fisher was originally set to play Mrs. Scarlet,
Mm-hmm.
but she had issues with drug and alcohol addiction and had to go into for treatment. So Leslie Ann Warren was yeah, she was the second choice. Leslie Ann Warren was.
No, I mean, like, I thought that booze and drugs were supposed to be the treatment.
Oof.
At least if you're in Hollywood.
It's not a good treatment. It's not a good treatment.
Well, I
Considering.
didn't say it was good. I'm just saying that it's the usual treatment.
So Leslie Ann Warren was originally supposed to play Mrs. White. And because Carrie Fisher had to withdraw, she played Mrs. Scarlet. And then Madeline Kahn I had picked up as Mrs. White. So Jonathan Lynn's first choice for Wadsworth was Leonard Rossiter, who died before the filming commenced, which I guess that kind of worked out because Tim Curry really just fucking killed that role. But apparently the second choice after Leonard Rossiter died for Wadsworth was Rowan Atkinson. So Mr. Bean would have been Wadsworth. That would have been interesting.
I think they made the right choice of Tim Curry.
Tim Curry was a fantastic choice. That was a top tier choice. The entire cast received the same salary and billing despite different levels of notability at the time, which actually that's pretty decent for what it's worth. Clue was filmed on sound stages 17 and 18 at Paramount Pictures Film in Hollywood. The set design is credited to Les Gorbuget, Gene Normals, and William B. Majorland, with the set decoration by Thomas L. Rosden. So they decorated the interior sets with 18th and 19th century furnishings that were rented from private collectors, including the estate of Theodore Roosevelt. Upon completion, the set was bought by the producers of Dynasty, which used it as the fictional hotel, the Carlton. So that's not bad. Let's see if there's any other trivia, because I know everybody who's seen Clue knows Clue, so there's really not much I could really expound upon. But I figured I'd just read off the trivia just for the sake of it.
Mm-hmm.
Tim Curry cited this movie as one of his favorite movies that he's ever been in.
Can you blame him?
No, not really. The movie's, it's one of the few perfect.
I'm gonna blame him a little. This should be his favorite.
Well, I mean, he's done a lot of big roles.
I know, but still.
Let's see. In the last solution, trivia, or if you, basically ending C, it said that Professor Plum killed Mr. Body or Wadsworth. However, when Mr. Body was supposedly killed, everyone ended up in the kitchen except for Yvette, but he was absent for about 3 minutes, which gave him time to do the murder. There's some real consistency going on in this.
Yeah.
Like this writing with a purpose. That's interesting. Let's see. We already talked about the fourth ending. Let's see. Why? Somebody asked, why did everybody sniff when they went to the mansion? That's because of the dog feces that I'm pretty sure Wadsworth stepped in. Oh, let's see. IMDb says 14.6 million, but like Wikipedia says 15 million easy for the the gross of this film. Guys, entertain the people real quick. I got an emergency I got to deal with upstairs.
All right. Now, this movie we first saw right after. No, it was around 2017 was the first time we saw it, and it's a movie which, honestly, it still resonates. I find it still one of the funniest films ever made. And what I find really interesting about it is that it sure, it doesn't take any risks, but it doesn't need to because it's not a risk movie. Man, I love that joke. But the thing is, this movie is also one where the one of my favorite characters might just be Mrs. White, only because of just how homicidal she is and how uncomfortable she makes every guy in the movie. And how what's that when she's forced to confess, heaving, and you know the scene, right, Dan?
Yeah.
It's just you could tell she basically spied on her husband while he was in the act, and you have every guy there very interested suddenly in what she says. But on the other hand, when she says, like, someday, Wadsworth, when we're alone, I get you all alone, we're gonna, and you got him, no man in his right mind would ever be left alone with you. And I just love how he's just like, nope. Which you can't blame him when, here's the thing, she is hot, but you're left utterly terrified of her at the same time because of how psychotic she is. And she really does come off as a psychotic. That's just something I thought was hilarious because, yeah, just one of those things where it's like, holy crap, she's really throwing it all into the, and like if you look at any of the other movies she's in, she's a top tier actress. I just forget her name because I forget every name these days. And yeah, Spears, are you back? Nope, I thought that was him coming back. But yeah, so the character is one whom I just find her one of the funniest because, like I said, she's just utterly homicidal. And you could tell she's the one who, she killed her own freaking husband and has zero remorse. And such as with the line, like, how many husbands have you had? Mine or someone else's? And so she's not even faithful to her own husbands, but she expects them to be faithful to her. She's the ultimate immoral or amoral woman, which, she'd obviously be voting Macron in the modern age or Democrat. I'm just saying, like, but it's just so freaking hilarious, just how psychotic and psychopathic she is.
And then there's her MO.
Yeah, I already discussed that.
How she leaves the bodies?
Yeah, that was implied. And I just like how she said no one can get into that position. You have Dr. Plum just like, oh, sure you can. Here, let me demonstrate. Get off me. She snaps immediately. And I like how he's the only one stupid enough to actually want to be alone with her. Which, no offense, Dan, but shows he kind of has a death wish. He must have one if he's wanting to saddle up with her.
Yeah.
Because
no guy in his right frame of mind would. Instead, they go for Yvette. That's the same choice. Sure, she's kind of psychotic, but look at how hot she is.
Well, I mean, the other girls were, the other ladies were actually attractive in their own way,
We were
too.
talking about Mrs. White. She's hot, but the problem with Mrs. White is that she's so utterly psychotic that, like the hot crazy scale, you're not walking away with dick for your life.
Didn't she like basically castrate her husband?
Yes.
Yeah, rough trade.
Yeah. So on the hot crazy scale, she's more crazy than hot, even though she is hot. And on the hot crazy scale, Yvette is more hot than crazy.
Yvette was just doing her job.
Yeah.
And she's an escort, so I mean, she's on the classier end.
Yeah. So like, we have to defend her, and I could have fixed her back in the day.
A lot of men wanted to fix her.
Yeah, a lot of guys would, and you can't blame us. But I just like how you also have Mrs. Scarlet, who just so utterly annoyed whenever she looks at Yvette's breasts. She's just so damn jealous. It's hilarious.
It's a competition.
Yeah. And no one hates women quite like other women do.
Yeah, it's true.
I think is the old proverb. And that's certainly the case with Yvette. All the women hate her, whereas all the guys kind of want her, except Mr. Green. And but Dr. Plum was the only one I had commented was white. All the other guys want to avoid her because she tends to emasculate her men.
Oh, that's crazy. So Eileen Brennan, Mrs. Peacock, she I didn't realize she
I got Peacock and White mixed up. Yeah, Peacock. What I was talking about.
I didn't realize that she died in 2013. But she's only been in what was it? I guess her most popular films. She's been in quite a few things here and there, but their most popular films, obviously Clue. She was in the first Jeepers Creepers film, so the Crazy Cat Lady, and she was in Private Benjamin. That's where I know her from originally before Clue. But I think we're pretty much expended most of the discussion on this, right?
I think so. Except the odd joke here and there, like, who would want to murder the cook? Yeah, I mean, dinner wasn't that bad. Yeah, that. I also like how you just have. Well, each of the endings was hilarious in a way, and I like how just like I just like how the first two just have Wadsworth as the FBI agent, and then you've got the third one where nope, and where everyone is pretty much guilty except Mr. Green, who's been playing them all and very evidently enjoying it a little too much. And I think I like that ending the best. Which ending was your favorite?
My favorite ending was I preferred C.
The third one?
Yeah. The I'm gonna go home and sleep with my wife ending.
Yeah, that one's the best. It's the most fun.
Agreed.
So what I was talking about with the Blu-ray and DVD versions, Shout Factory released a 4K UHD Blu-ray Collector's Edition on December 12th, 2023. Apparently, the DVD and Blu-ray versions offer viewers the option to watch a single ending chosen at random, or the home entertainment version with all three endings stitched together. It's like I've always wanted that. I honestly, I know I was too young to actually go to. I've seen every manner of thing in the theater in the 1980s, thanks to my parents not being able to have babysitters. So they just took me to go see things. I saw Friday 13th 3D in theaters. It was like probably one of the most interesting experiences I've ever had. But I've never got the chance to see Clue in the theater with or a random ending. So I would like to. I'm probably gonna have to get the Blu-ray. And I mean, I guess I did the same thing for Dog Soldiers. I ordered that as we were doing the review.
That's becoming a tradition.
Yeah. Clue, an enjoyable movie. Yeah, Clue is very enjoyable. So I'll probably have to get the Shout Factory like Blu-ray, and I actually will sit down and have it chose at random what ending I want to see. That's actually that's you can get at least 3 really good like movie nights out of that. It's like, okay, what version am I going to get? Am I going to get the A, B, or C ending? So final thoughts. Just go around the table on that one.
Best ending is the third one. And honestly, this is one of the best movies of the 80s. Like, I know a lot of people might not put it in their top 10, but I'm gonna put it in one of my top 10 like best movies of the 80s, because it's a movie where every correct decision was made. And the thing is, it's a movie where how do I put it? They just aimed to entertain, like, and they aimed to please without being weak-kneed about it.
And well, yeah, that's the 80s for you.
Yeah, and when I say weak-kneed, I mean like, oh, let's cater to backwards and give them everything. Really, what we need to do is create something that's memorable and good. And they really went out of their way to make sure this was top quality stuff. And I really like that. And I really like, this is a movie where you watch it again and again and again, and it's better every time. It gets funnier every time. And yeah, I think this is a top tier movie.
And you could generally tell the actors are having fun.
Yeah, I've commented that a few times.
Yeah, well, the gags and how everything's played out, and them running around the set and going through all the secret entrances and exits and stuff like that. There's like a lot of like visual gags. There's a lot of slapstick humor. There's a lot of just over the topness or whatever. And I guess the Wikipedia entry states that this is a black comedy. And I never really considered it to be a black comedy, but it's a damn good comedy.
Yeah, but there's nobody who's black in it. So, like...
Not a Wayans brother in sight. If the Wayans brothers did do a version of Clue, I don't know if it would be as good as this version, honestly.
Yeah. But... great movie. What happened to my voice? It sounded like Mr. Body in his last moment. But anyways, yeah. This movie, like, you could not do it today.
I guess you really couldn't. Well, I think the only reason why you couldn't like probably meet the expectations or surpass the expectations of the original film for this one is because you'd actually have to have people be decent at writing. I mean, a lot of the Hollywood types of this current time period would be too busy trying to find some sort of political angle. Now, I can't really talk too much smack about this because there's a lot of McCarthyism and a lot of like communism talk that's in this film. But that was the time period. You're talking about the 1950s.
They're making fun of it. They're
Yeah,
a good laugh at it.
yeah. But now, yeah, they would take themselves way too seriously and try to shoehorn some message that doesn't even fit with the overall theme of the film.
Yeah, and I think my problem is that they take the politics so seriously today when politics is a very stupid religion. And I call it a religion because it is at this point. And the thing is, it's a stupid religion, perhaps the stupidest in history. And it just, like, what's the point? You know what I mean?
Well, the problem with modern politics is that you have a lot of people that don't really seem to be very knowledgeable on the subject chiming in, and it's just noise at some point. I mean, that's been the last, what, 10 years? Like, it's really just noise. Especially if you're we joked about this I think last week on RNH, the person sitting in a hot car yelling into their camera phones. Those are the types of people that usually chime in the most but then say the absolute least, and people are going to be mad at me for saying that. I don't really give a shit.
Makes sense.
Apparently the critics were like excoriating this film initially.
Well, here's the thing. The critics, outside Roger Ebert, never really know what.
Well, I mean, the three reviews here are was it Siskel and Ebert?
Mm-hmm.
So Gene Siskel says that the Chicago Tribune gave the film 2.5 out of 4 stars, writing Clue offers very big laughs early on, followed by a lot of the characters running around on a treadmill to nowhere. Siskel particularly criticized the decision to release the film to theaters with 3 separate endings, calling it a gimmick that would distract audiences from the rest of the film, and concluding Clue is a movie that needs 3 different middles rather than 3 different endings. That's that Roger Ebert of the Chicago Sun-Times gave the film 2 out of 4 stars, writing that the promising cast screenplay is so very thin that the actors spend most of their time looking frustrated as if they've been cut right off before they're about to say something interesting. On Siskel and Ebert, the movies, they both agreed that the A ending was the best while the C ending was the worst. No accounting for taste, I suppose. The A ending was the best? Okay, all right.
Can't agree with them.
Yeah, well,
I can't agree with them, but like I said, I do respect Ebert because most of his reviews are pretty spot on.
It's okay.
But he occasionally bad ones.
It's okay. They're both dead now.
Yep. But I can still admire
the movies. Yeah, well, the movies won't hurt them anymore, so it's fine.
No. Just in their sensitive spots.
Oof.
Because I know Mrs. Blacklock and all.
Is there a movie hell? Are they in movie hell? Who knows? Stay tuned, folks. But yeah, I totally disagree with them about that. Ending C was probably my favorite one. Like I like ending A and B, but ending C was just so over the top crazy that it hits different. But again, we're above ground, and the people that are criticizing the film in this way are not. So I mean, hey, it is what it is. But
the plot of the movie is probably lost on them.
Oof. I guess if we wanted to, we can grab a Ouija board and actually argue with them about it, but I don't have the time nor the patience for that.
And we've seen Ouija movies, so we know what happens.
Oh, that's another board game film. Yeah. Shit.
Yeah, because it always ends up with a demon summoning or something. So
yeah,
I don't feel like this weekend. I have other plans.
My dance card's pretty full. I mean, demon possession's not really my thing anyway.
Yeah.
So what are we doing next, fellas?
Well, Willow would be it because that's my choice.
Okay.
Which I actually found it in French, and ironically, the dub voices in French are even better than the English one in some cases. But they made Willow sound just so damn heroic. It's funny.
I was gonna say, is this spoken from a point of bias because you're in France right now? But
yes, because I am French. Yes. But in all seriousness, they decided to assign some pretty heroic sounding voices to Madmartigan and Will. It's pretty funny.
It's been a long time since I've seen
I'm
Willow.
very, very biased.
It's been a while since I've seen Willow, so it'd be nice to watch that again. The last time I saw it, it was like it's been maybe about close to the turn of the millennium. It was like 98, 99 was the last time I saw Willow.
Agreed. Well, the thing with that movie is that it's another 80s club.
Yeah, it is. And it's probably one of the best Val Kilmer films I've seen.
I think it is his best movie.
I mean,
or one of them.
Top Gun's pretty strong, and
I don't like Gun.
Top Secret was interesting.
Never seen it.
You probably should. It's one of those movies that like it plays like Airplane. So it's the same. I want to say it's the same people that made Airplane that made Top Secret. And it's full on like just completely silliness. There's a scene where like there's an entire scene where like it's just ran backwards, but they're talking as if it's not ran backwards, but it's just a lot of silliness. It might not be everybody's cup of tea, but I thought it was entertaining when I watched it. But okay, we're doing Willow next, and that was your choice. So what's the other choice after that? I have to check. Let me look on X real quick, and I'll see. I hate the way they did the DMs. Okay, Clue, Willow, then Gremlins, and apparently Dan's is empty.
Okay.
So now you got to make a choice. Choose the form of your destructor.
I
choose wisely.
A, no B, no D.
If you choose J. Edgar Hoover, J. Edgar Hoover will come down and destroy it. So empty your heads. I don't think of anything.
Let me just grab the gun. You said empty your head, so let me just.
It's J.
You know what? That's a good call, Joe. Naked Gun.
That's
I
not.
never said naked gun. Oh fuck's sakes!
That is not a bad choice.
There's nothing to see.
Okay, fair enough.
Man.
All right, we'll
Listen.
go with that. We'll go with that.
Yeah, it's not a bad choice.
So join us next time. We're doing Willow, then Gremlins. Gremlins is the next choice after that. So join us next time for Willow, and I'm gonna have to actually score me a copy of Willow and watch it. Before we get out of here, is there anything you guys want to promote real quick?
Well, as far as plugging, we have the pre-launch page set up for our upcoming crowdfund.
Okay.
That will be launching on July 1st.
Okay.
It's for Akuma no Ran novel, which is a samurai fantasy novel, which is kind of like a Japanese Lord of the Rings Hobbit type adventure. So like it's ultra cool and stuff. And we have also a new Twitter handle, Trad Aesthetics, which basically it's all about paintings and history and literature and stuff like that. So it's a lot more. I think it's a pretty fun Twitter account as far as Twitter accounts go. Of course, I get to just study up on psychology, philosophy, and paintings. So of course, I like that. But yeah, that would be all I think we have to plug, because I'm pretty excited about the crowdfund, because we'll finally be getting one novel completely published.
Okay.
How about you, Spiracy?
I've got nothing really. There's a video I'm thinking about working on. I have to look at that one, but I was supposed to do a video on the whole Pragmata thing, but I kind of got wrapped up in some other stuff. And I know RNH will be on Twitch tomorrow at 10 o'clock.
Woo!
We're going to be talking about a whole bunch of things because a lot of stuff kind of popped up recently. I'll figure out Saturday Bosscade, which is like every Saturday. It usually pops up on this. We're on the YouTube channel right now, so it'll pop up on this channel and on Twitch. And I'm trying to figure out when to do the art streams again, because Sundays have been weird because my mother-in-law wants us to come over at a certain time. So Sundays are probably the best times for me to do it, but I'm going to have to do it super early in the morning in order to I was toying around with the idea of actually doing art streams on Friday nights, but I can't guarantee that I'll be awake enough. And if I fall asleep in the middle of a stream, I'm gonna just lose my mind, and I'd be mad at myself more than anything. So I might do a test run on this Friday to see if I can do an art stream, or maybe I'll stream a game or something like that. Something we'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out.
But that's it for the show. Join us next time. We're going to be, like I said, we'll be watching Willow, and hopefully Mr. Bloody will be joining us for either that or Gremlins.
Hopefully we'll be good enough for him to show up.
Well, I mean, he has to show up for Gremlins because that's his choice.
Otherwise, he's fired.
I'm not having that conversation with him.
Nah. He'll probably fire me. Shit.
So join us next time for Willow. Thank you for joining us for this, and we will see you next boss fight. Take care. Have a great rest of your Wednesday.
All right.